Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you guys how I touch up my roots using a highlighting cap. So just to put it out there, I am not a professional hairdresser, nor do I have any professional training. These are just things that I've discovered works for me and may not necessarily work for you. And if you guys are going to do this yourself, it's, you know, all on you. I take no responsibility whatsoever. So let's get started. So the products that you're going to need, a highlighting cap. Now this one I got from a local beauty shop which is called Priceline, and this cost $14–15, and this comes with this little stick here, and that's what you use to pull out the hairs from the holes here. And I'm going to do a demonstration on how you do that and whatnot throughout the video. Next you're going to need a bleach. I've got a huge tub right here. I got this from Priceline as well. I got this for I think $18–19, and it's got 500 grams of bleach, and this one is blue bleach. For the peroxide I am going to be using a 40 volt today. You'll need a mixing bowl and the brush, gloves as well. Doesn't really matter what kind of gloves you have. These ones I just got from work and I think they're the latex free ones. Clips and brushes to kind of hold your hair and brush your hair into place while you're doing your hair. So what I like to do first is I kind of brush my hair first. I don't usually have tangles, but I brush it into this parting because this is the parting that I usually have anyway, and I want the highlights to be quite even in this part, and I find that if I style my hair or comb my hair like that now, and you put this on, I find that it looks a lot better and it's more even around the parting. A useful tip that I found on the internet is to use baby powder before you put on one of these rubberized or rubber caps. It kind of just helps glide the cap on better onto the hair. So that's how the cap looks like when you first apply it, and it looks really odd. Prepare to have a really weird facial expression. Make sure that it's as close to the scalp as possible because you don't want the highlights too far away from the scalp. So try to push it down as close as you can to the scalp. So I've done already half of my hair. This is how you do it. Basically what I've learned how to just feel for the holes and then just pull out the hairs. So what I do is, let me zoom in a bit closer for you, is I get, look at that hole. So I just use this little stick, put it through the hole and hook some hair and pull it out like so. Sometimes you get something like that where the hair, not all the hairs that were hooked came out, so just kind of pull it through, or you can brush it out later and then you can see there's the root, and that's where I'm going to be applying the bleach later. So that's what I do. I just start from the top and then I work my way down. So that's what I did from the back. I started from here and worked downwards. So I'm just going to keep doing this until I've got all the hairs, and I'll show you guys the mixing and the application of the bleach and everything else from then on. So once you've pulled out the hairs, you should look somewhat like this. Once you've got all the hairs out, I suggest to get one of these kinds of brushes, if you have one, and just kind of brush your hair. So I just bought this new tub, and usually they come in with one of these little scoops. I don't usually use the scoop because I can't really use the scoop again with this. Well, I could technically, but I just can't be bothered to wash this. So I'm just going to use this little lid from a dry shampoo and get maybe 2 or 3 scoops of the product. As for the ratio between the bleach powder and the peroxide, based on my research, it's 2 to 1, so two parts of the peroxide and 1 part of the bleach powder. All that's left to do now is just to mix the concoction together and make sure that there are no clumps. As for the consistency, I'll show it to you in a minute. So that's my bleach all mixed. Now I'm going to start applying the bleach. I'm going to first start at the back of my head because that part of your head takes the longest time to process, because I'm not entirely sure how to explain it, but from my interpretation is that the heat from your scalp isn't, well, your scalp at the back of your head isn't as hot as the top and the front, so it takes a little bit more time to process, and it's a little bit harder to, you know, apply the bleach, so you'll be spending a bit more time at the back. And then moving on to the front, as soon as I move to the front, I'll show you guys how I apply it. So what I usually do, and you don't really have to do this, but I just find it easier this way, is if you kind of part your hair. I part my hair in the middle, and then just get a large clip and try to get majority of the hair to move that way. Obviously you won't get everything with just one clip, but it gets the job done. So I get this middle parting, and then I just get some of my bleach, and what I do is I just slap it onto the root area like so. I apply a generous amount. I know that overlapping will become an issue, especially if you've seen my roots. They're not exactly that long as compared to what you would see on other people. So what you can see now is I'm moving towards where I usually part my hair. So just moving the hairs into that direction. Sometimes your hair won't follow, but try to get them to move in that direction. And then I just apply the bleach again. As you can see, I've got the bleach on the roots and whatnot. I'm trying to avoid the lengths of my hair because I don't want them to be bleached again. Obviously, I'm going to have issues with double bleaching and all that, but it's a risk that I'm willing to take to get that hair colour that I want. So I'm just going to pop this plastic bag on my head. Obviously if you have a shower cap that would be so much more dignifying than using a plastic bag, but either way, you know, it works. It seals the moisture in and lets the bleach work a little bit more effectively. Hi, okay, so I'm back. I've bleached my roots twice, and I ran the bleach a little bit onto the rest of the hair shaft because I felt like I needed to lighten them up ever so slightly, but I only left it on for like maybe 1 or 2 minutes. As you can see, my hair is quite light. I'm not sure if it's showing up on camera, but there are some brassy bits, especially around the roots, and that's totally normal. Because, you know, there's still some pigment on there, and I'm going to do some toning, which will be another video, and I'll link it here. But if you just wanted to know about the highlighting, using the cap and the bleach and stuff, there you go. Thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Bye bye.